Hi my friends, it's Cori and this is a diamond painting effect with Cori, and we're doing a stitch along, stitch with me today. I'll be working on the Home of Love that I got. It's a Maydeer brand cross stitch pattern that I got from Maydeer. It's an 11 count, 22.8 by 10.6 inches, and I received it in December. Have no idea when I started it. Probably not that long after that. I don't remember. But at the news front, I did finish my oval tree of happiness. This is a cross stitch pattern that I got from it's a Joy Sunday kit from VIP cross stitch, 14 count, and it's 28 by 21 centimeters. And as you can see, I still have not washed away the lines, and the print on here was green, so there's some places where you can still see that green poking through, and of course there's this right here. So I will be washing all the color away and see what we have left. I'm pretty pleased with how it turned out. There's some rough spots right here I'm not happy about. I barely had enough thread. I was really sweating it. This is what was left. I've got a tiny strand right here, and then a strand right here. These are 2 plies each. And the last thread that I used on here, I had about 3 squares of 300 stitches to do, and that last thread I used kept knotting up, and there were knots that could not be got out. I don't know what happened. I don't know what was going on, but I had a heck of a time with that strand, and I was sweating bullets because of this, not having much to fall back on. I did have the frog and area up here. I know there was a whole bunch that I just stitched the wrong way. I have no idea what I was thinking, what I was doing, and I just decided to frog that and try to save that thread. So I think this is typical of Joy Sunday. They don't really want to give you extra thread. They have a good quality kit, but it's not any extra. Now, I remember I told you guys I was going to try this on my floss drop to see if it would help pulling off the threads. And I believe it did. But I'm not sure it's worth the effort. If a full kit of 30 colors you'd have to do this for. Glue, and then you have to wait for it to dry. I don't think it's worth the effort. It wasn't that much easier. But on a kit like this, where it was only one color, maybe. But anyway, so that is the story. This is the back of it. I think why I have a crease down the middle here, A, it's on the fold, and B, I stitched that sideways, that on this side, and I wish I had just done the tree this way instead of this way. I don't know if it would have made a difference or not, but anyway, and was any of that in the thing? I wish I'd stitched it across rather than up and down. I did do these across, and I did these up and down, and that mixture did not work. You can see those lines in it. But hey, you guys, this is my first stamped cross stitch that I have completely finished. I have some that are very close to being finished, but this is the first one I've actually finished. So if you guys are looking for a quick finish, this one's not a bad one to start on. And I like the monochrome look. Um, in fact, I'm thinking about doing maybe a long dog sampler or something like that. I'm not sure I'm ready for that, but there is that. So, that is my Oval Tree of Happiness from VIP Cross Stitch. I really, there was one other thing about this one. I'm so sorry, I keep having to clear my throat. On this side of the pattern, it was a little bit off, and so I did have to refer to the pattern to make sure I was on the right track. Actually this whole half was like that, and I got the drift of how they were landing on the fabric, so I was able to judge as I worked down. I was able to judge better just what it meant when it was half on, half off. If it was half on, half off at the top, that meant I didn't stitch, and at the bottom it meant I did stitch. So I don't know why the other side wasn't like that, but I didn't seem to have that problem over there. So this was the kit, and this was the pattern. So that was fun. Okay, I'm gonna pause for a minute, get my other kit ready. Okay. This is the Home of Happiness. I'm working on the color number 21. I'm gonna do this bright yellow color, and it is color 932 on the DMC. And I have threaded my needle, but I'm trying to unthread it rapidly here. Okay, I think I got it. Okay. I think I'll just start right here. See, make sure I've got you in the camera. And away we go. I've really enjoyed working on this one. There's not a whole lot of confetti. It's all color patches, but you know, a lot of different patches, a lot of different color. I've enjoyed it. They don't list any special stitches, but it's printed on here like special stitches. So sometimes I've gone with it, and sometimes I've ignored it. Like these the kites, there's a lot of stuff happening there with partial stitches and whatnot. So I just wing it. If I feel like I really want it to be a partial stitch, I'll do it. If I don't care, I won't do it. But I like it's a stiff fabric that hasn't relaxed, but I've come to like it. It seems to help make, I believe that's what helps make my stitches look smoother than they do on the other kits. It almost has a plasticky feel to it, because it's not a heavy weave. It's kind of thin, but it's still stiff. So I've come to like it. I would buy a Maydeer kit in a heartbeat if I saw one I liked. So I'm really liking this. I released another video this morning of my Hobby Lobby haul, and I talked about these scissors right here. I like them. they're a bit, I don't know if they need to be broken in, but they are a bit stiff. But I think that's good. I think that's a good thing, because that means the blades are very, very compact together. So it's probably my third favorite pair right at the moment. I have a pair that are collapsible that I really, really like those. The only thing I don't like about those is they don't have a point, a really sharp point. And you kind of need a sharp point with cross stitch, I think. When you just do. There's times you need to get cut really close to that thread to the canvas, and the only way to do that is with a sharp point. News. I have a sister that lives in Utah. They used to live here. Her and her husband lived here, and when they found out he had terminal cancer, all his children were living in Utah, and so they decided to go to Utah, where he could be there. He'd get care there, and he'd be around his family. And it was a great choice, I think. That was a good choice to do. And they lived in an assisted living environment, which is, it's the lowest level of care that you can get in a situation like that. Like, help was available if you needed it, but as a general rule, you're on your own there. You can come and go as you please. You don't have to check out. It's like having your apartment right next to care, to a doctor's or whatever. And the meals were prepared for you if you wanted them. If you didn't want the prepared meals, you could prepare meals in your room. And Marcy, my sister, after her husband passed away, she decided that she really liked living there. She had made friends with people there, and so she made the decision to go ahead and stay there instead of coming back to Texas. Well, now the facility where she's staying has been steadily increasing their rent to the point where it's just not really. There are some people there who do need that extra help, and they're not it. There's a lot of things going on there that are making people unhappy, and on top of all that, they are raising the rent. And so she has decided at this point that she'll be coming back to Texas. So I'm excited about that. I'm worried about that because I think she needs to be closer to quick medical care. Her health situation, we're an hour away from the nearest real life emergency room. So there's a smaller one that we could go to for the immediate, but nightmare stories about that place. So, and that's a half hour away. So, in that regard, I think she's better where she's at. But I'm happy to have her back. She lives next door. Her house is there, and so there's a good chance that I'll be going to get her. But that'll happen in about a month from now. She's got to get her ducks in a row to make it happen, and a lot of ducks to get in a row. So that's kind of exciting news. Uh, it will make it will change my life. It will change. It'll be good to have my sister here. And I just hope that she's okay. That's my biggest worry. Travel usually excites me. I like to go and do quick road trips. But for some reason, because I haven't been feeling all that great, it just doesn't appeal to me that much right now. For whatever reason. I'm hoping that, I think that's my biggest worry also about it all. I want to go help, but I don't know how much help I'll be. But we'll do what we can to get her here. I started, after I said I wasn't going to do any more starts, I started one of the cross stitch patterns I got from Hobby Lobby. It was the, and I don't have it near me, the teacups with the bird on top. I've started, I know you're supposed to start in the center, but I can't. I just can't do it. But I started in the top left corner and I'm working my way around it that way. And I'd show it to you, except there's really not a whole lot to show you. Because it's that very light blue on white, so it's barely perceptible, the stitches I'm doing, which makes it a bit difficult. But that was fun. I did around the edges, I did the 10 count, kind of basted it with the thread 10 on top, and then I went under 10 and up on 10, so I could have that 10 count gauge at least on the sides. I'm not going to have it throughout the pattern, but I thought that would help make it easier for me. Who knows, I may take the I can't remember what the name of those markers are that you can mark and then you iron it away. I might go ahead and grid the whole thing if it gets too difficult. I think what's making it difficult for me is how, the light blue on the white is making it difficult. But so I've started that one. I also know I said that I would maybe do the cat or the heart on a stitch with me. You guys know I can't stitch and talk. If y'all wanted to watch me stitch and talk, I wouldn't do anything right on the stitching, and I probably wouldn't do anything right on the talking. But so that will be, I'll show you my progress if I do that. That's what I'll do with that. It just seems like my life was when I started doing this channel back, I think it was back in August, this summer. It was this past summer when I started my channel up again, when I had let it lay dormant for a couple years. I didn't have anything going on in my life. And it seems like I still don't really have anything going on in my life, but it just seems like I'm conflicted with all the things that need to be done, what I need to do, and who, what, where, when, it just, I'm feeling stressed about it, and I'm like, I don't even really have a life, so why am I stressed about it? I gotta get over that. But they're doing road work out in front of the highway that goes by my house. So it's like I'm used to people going past. It's probably about I'm guessing a quarter of a mile from my house to the road. I have a Cleety road that goes into the property, and we have all our family have houses in a little area there, and so usually people just go by on the highway, but right now they're doing construction, and they've set it up to where the blockade where they narrow it down to one lane road, and they have to have a pilot car go take you through, and it's right at the edge of our property that they've set that up, and it's a little unnerving to me to see those cars parked right out there in front of the house, and I don't know, it makes me feel vulnerable. There's not that many cars. Maybe the most that are in a line are like 4, 5, 6, maybe 7. But still, it's kind of unnerving to have that happen when I'm not used to it. Honestly, didn't know there was that much traffic on that road. So I guess I got a little bit of this done on the rooftop, and I'm going to continue working on this. I think I've blabbered on long enough today. I want to thank you for joining me in the Diamond Painting Effect with Cori. Take care, so I can see you again in the next one.